Okay, this one's going to be more of a tutorial for the game than the other ones. First off, you're going to get an option to play either as the survivor or the killer. If you play as either one of them, you're going to notice that each character has a set of skills. For each set of skills that you have, you're going to see a blank space in between each one. You have to purchase that blank space and then purchase the skill afterwards. Yes, I know, lame. You have to purchase the skill afterwards. The skills, there's one on either side of the squares that are open. Depending on which one you purchase is depending on the skill that will be in that slot. You can't have both of those skills at the same time, so choose wisely. I wouldn't pick either side of the path and try and pump both up. Just pick one side and stick to it. The main thing that you're going to want to do is look at the top skill. That's going to be something that changes from character to character. As you can see on this one, I have the path pretty wide open. I made the mistake of dumping points into both sides here. This is the character I'm currently playing with because, as you can see, this top skill here, let me move that out of the way, you can see allows her to get off the hook by herself if she's caught once per game. There's no real need to pump this skill up right now because it's just a spinning wheel with a little white marker on it, and all you have to do is time it just right to hit it. 75% will give you a bigger marker, 100% I assume just pops you right off. Nothing as entertaining as the killer being surprised when he realizes that you've jumped off the hook all by yourself. Excuse me. Now, each one of the skills is going to cost some points. You can see over here on the lower right-hand side. The little dash points there that I have 300 and 110 of, those ones are a lot harder to get than the others. The others are what the game considers coins. They're pretty easy to get by watching ads and playing the game. The other ones I still haven't quite figured out how you get them, but I've noticed the more you heal people, the more you open doors, fix generators, you get those points. You use those to pump up all the various characters. If you played as a killer, he would have his own set of skills that you could go ahead and use with him. Now, a couple important things. If you're playing as a survivor, you don't notice this unless you've played as the killer, but you do leave a little blood trail behind you that's invisible to the players. That blood trail is something that the killers can use to track you throughout the game. So, weaving, cutting corners sharply, making big wide turns will usually make it a little bit harder for the killer to catch you. Also, it's important to note that now that you can name your character, you can see other characters, other survivors' names above their head. The killer, however, cannot see your player's names above their head, just like you can't see the killer's names above his head. You'll also notice that there's a chat when we go into the actual gameplay room. That chat is actually not very functional right now because you're lucky if you see it for more than 10 or 15 seconds before you end up starting up a game. So at most, you're going to be lucky to be able to say hi or yell at somebody that you saw in a match before that. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in the match. The main object for a survivor is to run around the map, find areas that have generators. Stop by the generator. It's going to give you a little icon on the right that's going to be a generator. When you click on that, you're going to be fixing the generator. As you're fixing it, a little circle will pop up that has a red and a white portion on it. You want to hit the little the screen anywhere to stop the marker that's going around the circle in the white or the red area. If you stop it outside of that, it'll cause an explosion that'll alert the killer to where you're at. Also, there's about 6 places in the map that are a dead end. You do not want to get stuck in a dead end, especially if you're running from the killer. Your best bet is to just avoid tombs because you're going to try and circle around a tomb and you're going to find out that it's a dead end. Once you've played the map 3 or 4 times, you'll kind of get a hang of that. You can't talk to other players once you've started. You will notice that some players will drag the killer on top of you while they're injured. If you do come across another player that's injured, you can get close enough and you can heal them. Gives you a little heal icon, and it's much like fixing a generator. once 5 generators are fixed in the game, you can open up one of the 2 gates that are in the game, and once those gates are open, you can run out of escape and win. There may be more than 2 gates. As far as I know right now, there's just 1. So I'm going to move this over because I really don't use that upper corner of the screen, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to go ahead and play this match real quick. If you create a lobby, that's a lobby that you make that everybody else has to know the name of if they want to play in it. You can search at random for players, but that's usually not the way to play. A random lobby is your best bet. Connecting to a lobby is if you know someone's lobby name. Over here is the text box that I spoke of. This game filled in pretty quickly, which is what you should usually expect when you're playing. For some reason, it's not starting us up yet. Lately, the game has been locking up, so it's a hit and miss depending on what we're going to do here. We may have to restart the game. The killers have been on the short end of the stick with this one because it's been very hard for them to actually hook and kill the people at the end. Killer has to hit you 2 times to knock you down on the ground. The 3rd time they're going to hook you, and you're going to have to wait for another player to come by and unhook you from that hook. So usually the killer will hang around a person because they know they'll either die on the hook or you'll come for them. This is one of those rare opportunities where you can see a player being able to talk to other players. For some reason, we're not showing up in the player list here, so we might as well back out of that and start up a new one. That's one of those things I'm talking about with it being glitchy. So for now, let's see. One of the nice things about the game is if you're the killer, you're never really in that much of a hurry. This tutorial is mainly for the survivors. So let's move this back over here. Alright. Sometimes you get stuck at this loading screen. Usually it's only about 5-10 seconds. There we go. Get your bearings. And then run. There's usually a generator here in this corner. There's one there. We're going to avoid it for now. There's the killer trying to trash generators. So great. Now he sees us. He's probably going to be following. This is a good opportunity to show off the weaving. Makes it a pain in the ass for him to follow you. If you are running from him, the last thing that you really want to do is find a group of people and run towards them, because then they're just going to get attacked too. Your best bet at this point, see there's our people in the distance, is to kind of keep him occupied so that everybody else can do what they're supposed to do. Get the generators running. See, he's still coming up. You just drug him onto that poor person. And now your best bet is to just run around, find a generator that's being worked on, get yourself a good position where you can see everything, and then go for it. Now, the killer's coming. We could see him over in the corner as we were squatting down, but it's going to take him a while to get here. I think we can do this before he gets here. And there we are. Oh, run. Oh, he just nicked us as we went by. I hit my boost of speed, which I get every once in a while. Time to weave. Leave a bigger blood trail when you're injured and you move slower. Okay. I'm trying to lure him away from everyone else. But if someone like this person comes up on me, he could stop and heal us, which is exactly what he's doing. Thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye. Our job is to keep on this generator. Yep. Once he heals you, you'll end up stopping the generator. You just need to jump back on it. If he was injured, then now would be the time for you, as a good player, to jump onto him and heal him. Now we can't see off to our left, so the killer could be showing up at any time. I'm trusting that Bye-Bye can see where he is and will run if he's coming. Okay, we're cranking through the generators. We only have one left, and there's usually one right around this corner. It's a good hiding place. It's a good spot where you can see everything if you line yourself up just right, like that. Granted, it's going to take us a while because it hasn't been worked on and we're by ourselves. Someone else will probably get the generator first. Now, I'm pretty sure that person just dropped a firecracker next to us before they ran off, but I might be mistaken. That's one of the character's special abilities, to draw the attention of the killer. That would have been rude, especially after they just healed us, so I seriously doubt it. It was probably just a glitch in the game. Or it could have just been me not noticing that a circle came up and I missed it. Because this is the circle, and you want to click on anywhere on the screen when it gets in the sweet spot, the white. The red isn't bad, but it's not the sweet spot. Now, this will be the generator that lets us open doors. Here it comes. Boom. I get a burst of speed from that. Special ability of the character. Go straight to a door, open it. You'll get used to the layout of the map quick. More people that are opening it, the faster it goes. There's also another door this way. You don't have to escape right away, and in fact, if there's injured characters, especially on the hook, it's much better to go save them first. Now see, these characters were waiting for someone injured possibly too. So there we go. That was an easy win. The killer either was distracted, gave up, or was just standing there, sometimes doing what I do, just wandering the map, getting the layout, not having to worry about anything. Once you do that, you're back. You can spend the points that you got on whatever you might want. I'm currently saving up for an upgrade on either this, or I think I might pump up the killer, because sometimes you can get a lot more points with the killer, especially the little slash points there, or what I like to call the slasher points. You seem to get more of them when you kill the characters while you're playing a killer than you do while you're a survivor in any mode. So hopefully this helped answer any questions that you might have had about this game, and cleared up any confusion that you might have had. As you can see, you can't communicate in-game whatsoever. You just have to hope that the other people that you're with know what they're supposed to be doing at any given point. Playing the killer also will really help you understand how it's easier for the survivors to get away and to hide and things like that.